Hello again. This is Vildra. I am back, and this video will be different. I had a bad case of COVID at the end of August, and towards the second week of illness, I got frustrated because I hadn't played Palia for 2 weeks. So I decided to record a bit without voice because I didn't have any voice and I was coughing a lot. It's all in all around 4 hours of video footage, and I can't do voiceover on all that after the fact. So I'm going to cut it down to the essentials of what happens. I will cut out all the harvesting and planting and gathering mats and giving gifts and whatnot, and focus on quests. And if I did any hand-ins to the bundles, I do not remember, but we'll see where it goes and how long it will be. I ran into Sifu, and she gave me some backstory on Hassian and his previous romance with Tamala that I found kind of interesting. Apparently, he was very into her, but she broke his heart and he had a hard time getting over it. But it seems like Sifu is all for me and Hassian getting together. And I appreciate her support in this. I think he's very traditional, so I think it's important for him that his mother approves. Apparently, he has a lot more dislikes than likes, which, that is in line with my view of him. But on the other hand, once you get to know him, I think it's really rewarding. He is very loyal. I kind of like him. So I had this quest with Tish. I'm not sure if it's her level 3 friendship quest or if it's her level 2 romance quest. I think it's the romance quest. All the quests were given by Gel, and he asked me to check on her and see if she was okay because she was a bit down. I don't like talking to Tish much, but this is what she said at least. She basically is a bit like Cinderella. She just wants to go to a ball and wear a fancy dress and feel seen and appreciated. So I guess we will have to oblige. I wonder if we're actually gonna have to put on a ball for her. We'll see. So I had to report back to Gel. He wasn't that impressed by the ball thing, but he could understand that's what she wanted and the appeal it might have for her. And to my shock, I see that I picked the choice to make a ball for her. Maybe I should have just gone for the dress. But anyway, he sent me out to a new mission to ask around for what's trendy. So I guess this quest goes on before I can finish it. This is the one quest line I just want to finish as soon as possible and be done with it. I'm bad that way. But there it is. I can't really stand Tish. I don't know what it is. I think she's silly. Then on to something much more enjoyable. I also had a level 2 romance quest with Wrath, Tish's awesome brother. Yeah, I mean, he's a bit... he feels like a teenager and he has really bad judgment, but he's funny and I like funny. And he invited me to what I consider being a dinner date. And, well, of course I accepted. Who wouldn't? He's very endearing. In order to find out what's trendy, I had to go to Tish's room, and on her desk, I found something to read. I guess I'm going to forward this information to Gel so he can make such a dress. So I went back to report to Gel, who is one of my favorites, I have to say. He decided to make a dress according to the instructions in the pamphlet, and this apparently was the end of this quest. Thank heavens. So now I can get on with my day and do the things I need to do, like gathering materials and fishing and harvesting and whatnot. When I got home, I had a visitor, and it was Orny who had been paid to express deliver a letter. It was from Ref, no less.
Sometime.
And apparently, he will be standing me up on our first date. Not a good start on a love relationship, in my opinion. That's Ref for you. I did a bit of cooking and I leveled up. Someone sent me mail, and it turns out it was Tish. She sent me back macarons. I mean, that's my gig, isn't it? I went to see Gina at the library to flirt a bit, and we leveled up to level 3 romance. And I haven't even been able to make the level 2 quest yet. I ran into Chain. Such a nice character. So I chatted with him and gave him a gift, and that leveled us up to level 3 friendship. Lots of things happening today.
You busy
So my quest led me back to Reth, who, well, he seemed to be genuinely sorry for standing me up, and, well, he said he was gonna try to get better at not disappointing me. Well, he's been caught by Ashura running in and out of the back room after hours. And I don't know what will happen, but he promised to meet me back at my place later tonight.
Who talks first?
I also had to talk to him since I leveled up my cooking to level 7, and that allowed me to buy the recipe for the veggie fried rice. Of course, I bought it. I had to help Reth out in his tricky situations. Reth had told Ashura that he was running in and out of the back room because he was organizing a surprise party for Ashura. So now I have to invite people to his surprise party. I had more things going on with Delilah. I had a follow up on Kenley quest to apologize for the tax issues, I guess. I popped into the night market and bought a small painting. I saw I was getting a visitor, and perhaps Reth actually didn't stand me up this time. No such luck. It turned out to be Delilah. So she was actually not there for her own sake. This must be Chain's friendship quest. And of course, I would want to help Chain out. He's a really nice character and one of my favorites, actually. And I've been considering him for my chef. I put up my new painting on my bedroom wall, and then I went to see Chain to talk to him through his door and hear if there was something wrong with him since he missed a house call. Turns out he had a lot to say. He's been busy researching the moon, trying to figure out what the Phoenix moon is trying to say, and he forgot all about his duties. Um, I don't know what I can do for him really, but it will become clear in the quest log. Or at least I hope so. I'll leave you to read his entire dialogue. I had 2 more guests to invite to Ashura's surprise party, so I went to talk to Badru, and he was glad to come, and he was gonna bring his loot. Since I was in the house, I popped into Nio to have a chat and a flirt, and that leveled up our romance to 2. In order to help out Chain, I had to go see Gina, since she's a scholar who might know about ancient human religion. Thankfully, she was up bright and early, and she made me go back to the Phoenix Shrine. That was 1 hour cut down to 10 minutes. And the end of the first session, I recorded three separate sessions on the 28th of August. So now you know how long my backlog is. But I will continue with the next one now. I saw I had mail. So I ran home, eager to read it. But I was kind of disappointed because I had already dealt with this. So I went to the Phoenix Shrine to look for moon tablets for Chain's Quest, and it turns out they were really easy to find. While I was there, I took the chance to commune a bit with the Phoenix. So I got my XP bonus to 65%. I ran into
I'll miss you.
Hassian. He gave me lunch. He's kind of adorable sometimes. I went to see Chain to hand over the moon tablets, and, well, this is how it went. I got his key, so there. The last one I needed to invite for Reth's surprise party for Ashura was the hunk, Hodari. So glad he's up for romance now. He doesn't like to be in a crowd, so he was a bit apprehensive, but he agreed to come. I went back to Reth to tell him that I had invited all the people to the surprise party that he wanted me to. And I don't think the quest has ended yet. Maybe he will actually make good on that dinner promise. We'll see. I decided to dress up in case he did come through. Stopped by
mom
to
was
talk to
talking about
Nayo, since we had leveled up our
What?
romance level. And I mean, he still has Kenyatta's portrait on his bookcase in his room. But he finally did it. Kenyatta is free. And also, we're free to progress this romance. We'll see how it goes. I think he's improving my opinion of him. I mean, he's a bit of a jock. He works out and he's interested in sports, and that has zero interest for me. But he's also into farming, and I'm kind of fond of farming and games. So we have that in common. And also, he seems pretty sincere and honest. I like him more and more, but he used to be on the same level as Tish, but I think he's climbed up a few steps on the ladder now. And immediately after that dialogue, he had a quest. Let's see what it is. Finally, someone who appreciates my hard work on my home plot. Oh, he wants me to meet with his family. This must be serious. Will it also be romantic, I wonder? I guess not. But that was to be expected. Ah, but he gave me flowers. I guess he redeemed himself. Popped into the midnight market and bought myself another little painting. And a rug while I was at it. I had some more renown, so I stopped by the Dragon Shrine to increase my bar a bit so I can make bigger meals. And when I got home from there, Nayo and his whole family was
so hot.
paying
Maybe
me
I
a
should take my
visit.
shirt off.
Okay, so he wants me to meet the fam.
I'll talk you up to my parents while you're gone.
These days I see you more than me own boys.
I don't think there's any way I could actually make him come here and work on my home lot. Oh, she considers me family. Whoa, that's a lot of food. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll be seeing more of you around the farm.
I've been thinking of you.
Oh my gosh, the dad jokes. I'm doing great here, don't worry, really.
Ah,
If you only knew how many tomatoes I've grown.
I'll see you around. Unless I see you a square.
You have any cool stories to share?
Yeah, I tried, but he wouldn't hear of it, sadly. I'm just as disappointed as you. It was good of you to come, though.
Aw, do you have to go?
Audie likes it when you hang around.
Well, it's nice to have company and visitors. I wish you'd come into the house, though. And, I don't care about riches. I'm not very rich myself. Well, that was kind of nice. He's growing on me.
Stop by again later.
And there is mail. Could it be the other lover boy? Oh, yes. Private spot, okay? But first, I have another lovely painting to put up on the wall. Nice. And the new rug needs to be placed as well. And Nio gave me flowers earlier. I want to put those up as well.
I was just thinking about you, but not in a creepy way.
Okay, let's see what Reth has to say for himself. Yeah, that's the thing about you. I have to save you constantly. How about saving me once? Maybe? Maybe? Well, just come out with it. I'm very, very tolerant and understanding, you know. Well, for not being used to asking for help, you're very good at it, it seems. Because you do it constantly.
Ah,
No, not yet. Yeah? Are you gonna get me into trouble?
oh.
Oh, what is it? What is it? Is it soup? Who could have guessed? Well, I don't know that I have a favorite soup, but I'm grateful nonetheless. Well, if I have a favorite, I'm pretty sure it's not lettuce soup. But thank you. I sold all the food I had in my bag, not the lettuce soup because it couldn't be sold, so I could buy myself another rug. Thought it would look awesome in my dining room. Found an old dining table in my storage that I thought could do as a placeholder. Thought it kind of worked with the chair. I need more chairs though. I went through my storage and found a few bits and bobs that I could place here and there in the dining room, the kitchen, and the living room. Made the house look a bit homier, I think. I needed to check in with Jill on how the dress for Kenyatta was coming along. That's part of the friendship quest for her. Well, he seems to be on fire. Oh dear.
Huh. Ah.
Well, you gotta stay strong, Jill. Yes, yes. Stick by your art. You're great, you know it. And then make me one of those dresses too, please. I went to Bahari, caught a fish, shot a couple of sernuk, and leveled up my hunting skill. Also got an accomplishment from that. Since I leveled up my hunting skill and I was close by, I went to Hassian's grove to see if I could talk to him. I knew he wouldn't be there, of course, because he's never there that time of day. But I found a book on a bench and learned the recipe for a fried catfish dinner. I can't believe I've missed that when I've been there before. Well, I ran
You
back
run
to
into any
Kill him
trouble
out to
out there?
see what possible good recipe he might have for me. Uh, Hoping for a new bow. No such luck, but I got the recipe for the Dispel Arrow, which is very useful when you're hunting the Proudhorn Cernuck, since it prevents him from teleporting. I went home to harvest and I managed to hit gardening level 13. And that was the end of the second session. 1.5 hours, cut down to 11 minutes. I'll go on with the next one. Okay, so this is the third part of this voiceless session, roughly 1.5 hours. Went to Bahari to give gifts to Hodari and Najuma and did some mining. And I managed to get an accomplishment. It turned out to be an instance with mostly stone, though. Pick up the stone, folks, so the Palium can spawn. Spent the day fishing in Bahari, and I managed to level up my fishing to 7. Glowworm farm, here I come.
So you have something you want.
So I ran straight to Einar to get my glowworm farm recipe. I have to say, his dialogue is hilarious. I cannot get enough of it. Well, I sold some fish to him. And now I'm happy. I ran home and crafted my lovely glowworm farm. I ran out of storage, so I decided to put some fish up for display in my fishing hut. It's kind of filling up in here, I think. Crafted this thing while I was waiting for one of the machines to finish up so I could pick it up and put down the glowworm farm. Crafted some more furniture while waiting and made a ranch house armchair that I decided to dye and put in the dining room. And finally, one of the preserves jar was finished, so I could pick it up and put down my glowworm farm. How I have longed for this. Naively, I thought that once I got the glowworms, I could easily catch the fish I needed for the bundle. Well, I can tell you it's early November and it hasn't happened yet. Since it said the glowworms like fruit, I fed it a blueberry and hoped for the best. Just for safety, I also added an apple. Well, the first 2 sessions were rather eventful. This one, I spent a lot of time mining and fishing and picking oysters and whatnot, and I cut all that out. So it's 1 hour, 20 minutes or so, cut down to 3 minutes. But that will be it for this one. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one, and then I'm back to the long episodes. Bye.